So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We finally see the glimpse of the Season 6 update for the crew Motorfest. And also, they posted this yesterday, which is they try to improve a lot of areas in the Maui Island, because we already know that some certain areas in Maui is quite empty, but they try to fix that in Season 6. And the Maui is much more detailed compared to before. We have a new suburbs area, we have a new resorts, and also, yeah, look at the detail of the waterfall area. Yeah, actually quite nice to see. So that's the brand new improvement for the Maui map. It looks much more dense compared to the previous one in Season 5. But yeah, not only the Maui Island improvements, but they also have a quality of life improvements for Season 6. And I must say, it's a decent improvement, especially for all of you who enjoy playing the Grand Race. So, first one here, quality of life changes, traffic changes. After many moons, maybe moans of you guys asking for it, we are making a change to the traffic during the summit feeds. There will no longer be traffic during feeds in the summit contest. Feeds outside of the summit contest are unchanged and still contain traffic. So yeah, they finally did it to disable the traffic in the summit feeds. But I know like the traffic is really annoying when you're doing the summit feeds. But it's only for the summit contest, which actually quite surprising. Not for the, the normal feats that you can do in free roam. Yeah, alright. Good improvement, challenge improvement, alright, vehicle management, yada yada yada. Hide collectibles option, okay, good changes. Photo quests, fast travel. So if you're already done with the photo challenges or the photo ops, you can just fast travel to the location. Okay, good changes. And this is the PvP changes. We workshop with players to improve the PvP for the crew Motorfest, and we are happy to announce we are bringing new events and regular boosts to the Grand Race. We are making some tweaks to PvP events in the crew Motorfest to incentivize participation, replayability, and reduce frustration and improve overall experience. Reduce frustration, yeah, a lot of us are really frustrating with Grand Race, especially with all the Pepega drivers, or sometimes you can get encountered in the sweaty lobbies and caught in a crossfire for some reason. Okay, weekly team Grand Race, so every week a new team Grand Race will be available, that's nice. Grand Race boost, regular boost Grand Race will be available with increased XP and bucks, so yeah, you can just grind money or XP in Grand Race. Especially if you get tired with grinding in the playlist event or custom mode, you can just doing Grand Race when there's bonuses. No collision events, regular weekly events with no collision between vehicles for Grand Race. I think they will try to make like a different type of rotation on weekly basis for all the Grand Race events. So that's really interesting. And there is a new weather condition. New weather condition will be in rotation for Grand Race. Yeah, I'm really hoping we have like a night Grand Race, a thunderstorm Grand Race, or a fog Grand Race. That would be really fun. All day modifiers, every Saturday Grand Race modifiers will be active for the whole day from 9 AM UTC onwards until the next day 9 AM UTC. So basically every Saturday they will have Grand Race bonuses or modifiers, so that's really interesting. Dynamic no collision mode, yeah, this is one of the most requested features for all of you, the crew community, or for all of you Grand Racers. When driving below a certain speed, you won't cause collision with other racers in Grand Race. So yeah, they will detect the collision speed, especially for all the AFK players at the starting line, and they will ghost you immediately. So they enabled auto ghosting to avoid all the Pepega drivers. So that's really nice, especially for all of you who trying to block the bridge with the limos. It's not possible anymore thanks to the dynamic no collision mode. Grand Race flow, you don't have to wait 30 seconds to finish a Grand Race anymore. Once you cross the finish line, you can just jump straight into a new Grand Race. So it got me thinking, they removed the DNF system for this game, for the Grand Race I mean. So everyone who just like cross the finish line, you can just like jump into the new lobby. They removed the DNF system, so I think it got me thinking about something. So if they try to remove the DNF system, I think you can make a private lobbies with this thing, especially for all of you who trying to do community tournament, TCM league or something. I think this is possible. These are big changes, I must say, especially for me like trying to experimenting with the new Metal Line Trust. I can do this. Yeah, I really need to test like how long I can stay in the same lobby when everyone is already finished the race. I really want to test that. And then main stage Grand Race modifier. Yeah, a modifier will be available for Grand Race so that players can only use vehicles from the main stage. Ooh, this is really interesting. So, if Season 6 we will get a Red Bull team update, we're getting cooked. I mean, yeah, it's an interesting concept because, yes, we can use a main stage special vehicles only, and you cannot use a meta cars, haha. But no, it's actually really terrible if it's only a Red Bull team update. So we can only use Red Bull vehicles. So especially like in Rally Raid, we have to use a Red Bull vehicles like the Peugeot, like the, what's it called, the F-150 Raptor Red Bull edition, and the other thingy, the buggy. It's a Red Bull buggy. Yeah, you don't have any choice. I appreciate it, but it's I mean, for sure, for skill levels and everything, if you all are really good with off-meta cars, that would be really great. But for like the options, especially for Red Bull cars, no man, no. I gotta be thinking like, wait, we have to use a racing Red Bull cars? We don't have a racing Red Bull cars. Or we will have a new one in the next update. We'll see, but it will be really interesting. I don't know, man, if it's like a main stage Red Bull a team weekly event or something. That will be really dumb and we'll be getting cooked. So that's all the changes for all the quality of life improvements for Season 6. Especially, yeah, the traffic in Summit feeds, they will be disabled. That's a good one. But the PvP changes. I know a lot of you really quite like this improvements, especially the Grand Race flow, dynamic no collision mode. Yeah, it's really a good one. Yeah, it's still decent, but it's not enough. It's not enough for a PvP experience. They're only improving the Grand Race experience only, not adding a brand new, PvP mode to the game. I know a lot of people really demanding with the private lobbies for all the, the tournament organizer, or like the, for example, Trigger also hosting the tournament. You're really desperate needing a private lobbies, and we all agree, because Grand Race is just like a random bullshit things could happen in that race, and someone will always like stream sniping you or something. So yeah, we will need a proper private lobbies, or maybe just like adding the Crew 2 PvP mode. That PvP mode in the Crew 2 actually has a really good potential, but sadly they just left it to the dust. They didn't even update the PvP mode in the Crew 2, but it has a lot of potential. So it's just like a racing in a specific track with only like 8 or 12 people in the lobbies, and then yeah, just race. Not only to bother with a lot of Pepegas like in Grand Race, or maybe adding like a ranked mode just like we have in the Crew 2 or the Crew 1, or also a ranked Grand Race for all the sweats who really like Grand Race. And yeah, why they only adding this, not a brand new mode? It's not enough. I don't know if they trying to bringing back the returning players of the Crew Motorfest, because yeah, we already know that next month we will have a big game coming to PS5, and I will explain it later on. Oh yeah, and I forgot, they also improving the vehicle handlings and some of the physics for the vehicles, especially this. Gear shifting is now more consistent between automatic and manual modes, so they actually nerfed the manual clutch, because we already know that in previous season, from Season 1 to Season 5, manual clutch is the best, and it makes you really fast. And so now they actually rebalance the shifting parameters for the automatic and the manual sequential. Yeah, so this is actually really great changes, especially for like the skill ceiling on this game is really a huge gap. I think this is actually making a lot of player racing really closely for now. This is good. Yeah, this is good improvements, I must say. Back on track will not trigger as much when landing from a big jump on a motorcycle. So they improved the hitbox for the motorcycle, because we already know that if you landed a big jump for motocross, for example, you will die or get reset immediately. They're fixing that. Added option for radial dead zones in control settings. I think this is only doable like because we already know they have like the slider for dynamic max lock, steering sensitivity and other stuff. But they adding the radial dead zones also in control settings. I think this is actually quite helpful for all the, players using the tap steering, especially like mine. Update the quartz physics to avoid unwanted behavior. So they're actually changing the physics for the jet ski. I mean the quad bike. Oh, this is really unexpected they changed this. I just hope the jet ski or the quad bike will be meta for Rally Raid. We'll see. This is the vehicle list that will get handling changes or handling improvements, especially for performance. Like they change the top speed, handling, and other stuff. Like the Fords, this is basically all the Fords in Street Fighter 2. The Supra in Street Fighter 2 except the Liberty Walk, I think. The Dodge in Street Fighter 2. Why is the Viper get the changes? I think they buffed the top speed or something. Ooh, this is really interesting. Oh yeah, the Mercedes is actually done dirty in Street Fighter 2. Because they are so slow. Maybe except the SL63 4matic. But rest of the AMG are mid cars. But they actually improving something. Oh yes, the McLaren also get improved. Imagine if the McLaren Senna is going to be a decent hypercar. Or maybe the McLaren F1. Yeah, this is interesting. So we will have like a brand new top 10 hypercars, top 10 Street Fighter 2 cars. There will be a lot of changes. And Ferrari hypercar also has a lot of changes. LaFerrari, yay! They're also changing the physics for LaFerrari, finally. Pagani hypercar, we also got the... I think they improving the handling or something, because I know the Zonda F handling's really stupid sometimes. Stallion hypercar, I think they try to adjust the handling. Chevrolet hypercar, they only improving the C7ZR1 because the C806 actually really good, but the rest of the Corvettes are just really terrible to drive. Ooh, I'm really excited with the Bentley Racing handling improvements, and also the jet ski. Yeah, the jet ski has handling improvements. I just hope the Rally Raid, the quad bike will be meta for Rally Raid. And then the motocross, I think this is going to be a meta for motocross. We will see. But it's Red Bull edition, so because we will have a Red Bull team, so Red Bull cars or Red Bull vehicles will be meta, trust. So yeah, that's all the changes for the quality of life improvements and the handling improvements for all the vehicles. I'm really excited with this one, the rebalancing manual clutch, so automatic and manual sequential has a middle ground to it and can actually competing with the manual clutch players, so that will be really interesting. And all the cars has like, some of the vehicles and cars has better improvements for the handling, or they might nerf the top speed and buff the handling, probably like that. But I don't think the Season 6 will be that enough to bringing back new players or maybe returning players to the game. We don't know, but I don't know, the update may be just mid. It's not really that good. I wasn't expecting much with Season 6 because we already know there is an elephant in the room for the Crew Motorfest next month or maybe on April, because Forza Horizon 5 will be coming to PS5. Yes, because it's only said Forza Horizon 5 coming to PS5 on spring, but we don't know which month it is. So yeah, this is going to be a huge news, especially for the PlayStation players who really exciting to play a proper Forza Horizon games on their consoles. So yeah, I think Season 6 for the Crew Motorfest will be cooked by Forza Horizon 5 coming to PS5. So yeah, it got me thinking that majority of the Crew Motorfest players are from PlayStation. I don't know about the correct player counts for all the platforms. I only know like the Steam player counts only for the Crew Motorfest, and it wasn't that much. So it's not really accurate, I must say. But yeah, I'm guessing like majority of the Crew Motorfest players are from PlayStation. I guess they're really demanding to have a proper Forza Horizon type of games for their consoles. Especially because the only option for open world racing games on PS5 is the Crew Motorfest. I mean, they have other options like Need for Speed Heat or Unbound, but we already know that Need for Speed series is already dead. So the only option is the Crew Motorfest. So basically it's a win-win solution for Microsoft and Sony, because Sony really want more, franchise to coming into their PlayStation. And also Microsoft really want more money, obviously, and trying to expanding the franchise to other platforms. So yeah, it's a win-win solution. I don't know how many players exist in Forza Horizon 5, like in total. I'm gonna check in, where is it? I think it's in Hall of Fame or something. Okay, this is the Hall of Fame leaderboard. So basically I can see all the players in total playing Forza Horizon 5 is 44 million players. So I think it doesn't count with the alt account and the pirated version of Forza Horizon 5. But I'm guessing we will have like 1 million to 5 million new players for Forza Horizon 5 when it comes to PS5. I'm just only guessing, but it can probably more because I know a lot of people, especially like PlayStation players, really want a proper Forza Horizon games, and Forza Horizon 5 is your answer for now, because you will have Forza Horizon 6 in the future when the game drops. It probably drops at the end of this year, or probably next year for Forza Horizon 6. We don't know, but you will have Forza Horizon 6 on launch, same as the PC and the Xbox version. So that's a really good expansion for the Forza franchise in general, or maybe racing games in general. So it's really good. I know maybe some of you are still a hardcore players to play the Crew Motorfest on Season 6 because all the changes is actually decent and, you know, trying to keep the game alive. But when Forza Horizon 5 drops, I don't think you will see a lot of players like we had before on the previous season in the Crew Motorfest. So is the Crew Motorfest Season 6 will be saved? I don't know. It probably will, because we already know that Forza Horizon 5 will be dropped to PS5, but Motorfest and Forza Horizon 5 has its own flaws. Like, I mean, the Crew Motorfest has its pros and cons, Forza Horizon 5 has its pros and cons, but I must say, like, for a gameplay experience, I think the Crew Motorfest is much better because it's an arcade racing games. But Forza Horizon 5, it's slightly leaning towards Simcade, but it's really a fun game to cruise around with friends because Forza Horizon 5 has a proper cross-play. Yes, they have a cross-platform connected with PC, Xbox and PS5 later on. So that will be really great. And for Motorfest, yeah, we didn't have any proper crossplay, only for Grand Race, Demo Royale and the leaderboards. But this game has everything. Like, it also has like a PvP racing mode, and you can just like a co-op racing with your friends or just cruising around in free roam with your friends on different platforms. So that will be great. So yeah, I think that's it for the video. So don't forget to give a like and subscribe. I will talk about Forza Horizon 5 coming to PS5 situation and about the Motorfest in a different video. But for now, see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.